Dear Cancer, welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot, to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. So dear Cancer licious, looking all this so delish. Today I'm going to be doing your reading for the month of January 2026. This is a general reading, so it may resonate with you and it may not. Now, in this reading, dear Cancer, I'm going to be taking a look at your recent past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify the main challenge and get some final advice for you. Let's see what's going on for my Cancers. How you doing? My cutie patootie, looking all this so Gucci. So I'm saying. Also, in this reading, I'm going to be pulling one of your most favorite cards. I'm going to see what is your animal spirit, and we're going to see what other important love messages you need to know. And I'm going to talk at the end of the video about this. I'm going to share some knowledge with you about this pendulum, how to free yourself from destructive pendulums, negative energies, and how to transmute. So I gotcha. What's going on for my Cancer for the month of January 2026? I'm recording like later in the evening, so I hope that the lighting is fine. We're just chilling into the kitchen. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I'm like more relaxed, probably a little bit into the flow ever since I transitioned into the kitchen area. This is where I started the channel anyways. So, and I heard a lot of, positive feedback from you. So which is great. Let's see what happened, Cancer Licious. Hold on, why? This is a different deck panorama view. Okay, so your challenge, dear Cancer, for the month of January is the Empress. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the Judgment, followed by the Six of Pentacles. It's a longer version. That's why it's a little bit, the focus, but it's going to get better. Now, your challenge here, dear Cancer, is the Empress, and this is about your beautiful energy. You see there is this planet of Venus, which is your ruling planet, which is all about pleasure, love, romance, self-care, taking care of yourself. So it's a great start. It's a great challenge to have, because when it comes to love and relationships, for many of you, in 2025, we already talked about this. I'm very well acquainted with your readings. You have been pouring yourself into a lot of connections, into a lot of people. Your challenge here is to prioritize yourself and to choose yourself. When you start taking care of yourself, when you start really doing this, become very serious. There is an energy here about you of becoming very serious about your self-care and choosing yourself. We're going to see why this is your challenge and how is this connected to the person you're dealing with. In the recent past, you have the Seven of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Devil. So some of you are dealing with the Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, possibly a water sign, Scorpio. Now, for a lot of you, I feel like in the recent past, you did address something here to somebody that you knew that was very toxic, very unhealthy. There might have been obstacles, third-party situations with this person that you were dealing with. I'm also getting here in the recent past, there was this sense of confusion, okay, with the Seven of Cups. Some of you felt like you were being treated either as an option, or somebody here was unable to really choose you and prioritize you. So we're going to see why did this person treat you that way in the past exactly. And what was it that was super toxic? Something here was very toxic for you. So we're going to clarify this shortly. In the present moment, you have the Six of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Hermit. So there is communication that's going to come towards your way. And I think that somebody here, the moment you disconnect and the moment you detach, I think in the month of January, you seem to be really detaching from somebody, an energy, a person, place, thing, situation. And the moment you detach, somebody here is either going to send you a text message or they're going to want to communicate. This is the Eight of Wands. It's all about communication. Your energy here is going to be very much relaxed, putting yourself first, prioritizing yourself, and the Hermit. So you are retreating, okay? You're not going crazy like them other people. This is the beginning of the year. You are going to be in the pre-planning season. You're going to really be very serious about the destiny that you want to go, the things that you want to achieve for yourself. The Hermit here is looking within yourself and retreating. When this communication comes towards you, you are going to see some sort of truth being revealed to you. As you can see, the Hermit is actually holding the lantern. We're going to find out more when we clarify. In the near future, you have the Two of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. So in the near future, there is an important decision here to make. You are very well aware that the person that you are dealing with, there is a lot of love between you and this individual, dear Cancer. I do strongly feel like here that the person you are dealing with, they're quite slow, very slow, very, very slow. There is a strong connection and chemistry between you and this person, but eventually an important decision here has to be made with the Two of Swords. You could choose to try to work things out with this person, or you could choose self-care here and prioritizing yourself. You have the the Judgment. So this is about wanting to, when you decide whatever decision you're going to make, you are going to need to make sure that there is an equal balance, give and take exchange energy between you and this person, okay? Because someone here is a business owner, someone here actually either is focused on money or work or family business, whoever you're dealing with. This person seems to be very busy. And if someone here is busy and they're not able to give you what you truly want and desire, then you have a decision here to make, to either draw the line or let this person know where you are standing. Boundaries are going to be established. So let's get into your reading and clarify everything for you, dear Cancer. I'm going to use this deck to clarify. So let's clarify the Empress for you as a challenge. I just saw the Three of Swords. Some of you are recovering from a heartbreak and a breakup, and you're really learning how to heal from that on a deeper level. Yeah. So clarified by the Two of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Can't make this up, Cancer. Your readings are very special. So you have the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Two of Cups, Five of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. There is a situation here that didn't work out between you and this person. As you can see, for many of you, you have been wanting to gain clarity. You want some sort of answers. Okay, you really, really want some kind of answers here when it comes to this situation, to this person. This is a partnership that you really had a lot of hope for. There has been this sense of mourning, of a loss of some sort of this situation here. Three of Swords, Queen of Wands could have dealt with the Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. I do feel like here for many of you, that's why your challenge here is you need to recover from whatever has happened. Because before you would even proceed forward to making things right with this person, I feel like there is an apology that needs to happen, or at least an acknowledgement from somebody here, the way that they treated you or the way that this situation ended. You want to know some sort of an answer. And I think that in this silence that you are sitting, you're also going to be receiving some answer. There is somebody here that you are dealing with. They know that they have left you kind of either on red or they haven't completely given you the full answer. Okay, and your challenge here is going to be, how are you going to navigate in the month of January when it comes to self-care, putting yourself first, prioritizing yourself, and not being in this energy of a loss, because you deserve better and you know that. Now, in the recent past, dear Cancer, let's clarify the Seven of Cups. As I said earlier, there was a lot of confusion, okay, with the Seven of Cups. There was a lot of confusion. I'm getting here somebody also had alcohol drinking issues, smoking habits, toxic habits in the past. So the Seven of Cups is clarified by the Justice, the Three of Cups, and the Emperor. Aries, Libra energy. For many of you, this relationship was also influenced and affected by a third-party situation. Respectfully, I don't really want to talk about this a lot. The third party could be a family member, could be a mother-in-law, I don't know, somebody here that was really affecting this relationship. A factor here. Something here needed to be right. I feel like that this person also might have been between two worlds, between two locations, between two people. So it was very challenging for them to really make time for you. There could have been even a single parent, single mother, single father, whatever that might be. Someone also here seems to have facial hair features. That's one of the characteristics and the traits that I'm seeing here. So you did address something here in the recent past to this person. You see the Queen of Swords. This is you. Okay, sitting on your throne, clarifying certain things, wanting to gain clarity about this situation. So for many of you, I feel like that you wanted to make amends with this person. You wanted to help them to overcome some sort of an addiction. Okay, I'm getting here an addiction. Somebody here had a substance abuse or something here that was very toxic. Might as well also address the third party situation. So the Queen of Swords in the recent past is clarified by the Five of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Three of Swords. We can't make this up. So for many of you, in the recent past, there was a major conflict and an argument that actually existed between you and this person. You see, the Three of Swords came out right back again. Even before I pulled the cards, I already did mention that I feel like a lot of you are recovering from a heartbreak. And there is a Five of Wands. So in the recent past, maybe there were multiple people that were involved in this situation. I'm getting here many different aspects, cultural differences, things that were really making things hard. There might have been even some toxic people around you, dear Cancer, that they intentionally tried to make this relationship harder. Okay, external forces. You had a lot of love for this person. Maybe there is a sense of rejection, and somebody here ended up being rejected. Now, the devil here in the recent past, you might have dealt with the Capricorn. I feel like this person either had tendencies to do something or, you know, there might have been a third party situation. So the devil here in the recent past is clarified by the Seven of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. One of the things here that I see in the recent past this person might have done was not being completely honest with you. This person maybe had something going on that they were concealing from you, hiding from you. Seven of Swords here, this is a card of somebody that's actually hiding something, not being honest. So for a lot of you, you dealt with someone that your intuition was right about. Okay, you did pick up on certain clues and certain things that you were questioning. Is this person being honest? Is this person being honest towards me or not? And I think that you kept waiting for this person either to change. This is somebody that also, they might have traveled a lot and something might have happened while they were traveling. Okay, they might have done something while they were traveling. So the Six of Swords here, in the present moment, you're choosing to disconnect. Okay, you're choosing to choose yourself. You're becoming more focused onto which direction you really want to move towards to. So the Six of Pentacles for you in the present moment, Six of Swords is clarified by the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Page of Swords. I feel like for a lot of you, you are choosing yourself in a way that you want to be with a person that is actually going to give you an equal give and take type of love. You want to be with somebody and offer yourself as the Knight of Cups, someone that is going to be equally invested into the relationship, and there is no breadcrumbing going on. There is a lot of honesty. I think you might be even wanting to initiate, a conversation with this person as a final decision, as a final message, you know, what way you actually want to move, which way do you really want to move towards, okay? Now, in the present moment, the Eight of Wands here, there is communication that's coming in towards your way. This is about incoming communication. And I always actually categorize Cancer, the Eight of Wands, as being this 5G in nowadays. This is about a communication, okay? By the way, I'm also picking up on some of you might have Leo in your birth chart somewhere, like I have Venus in Cancer. Clarified by the Magician, Queen of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like this person is going to reach out to you. That's what I'm slowly getting. And some of you, not all of you, but you might be really setting an intention to manifest that communication from this person. There is a change of events. There is a turning point here, okay? And you are manifesting that. For many of you, for a long time, you have been wanting to get your answer. And I think that's when your answer is going to come in the month of January. And you had the Four of Wands and the Page of Cups. So this could be either this person coming and apologizing and wanting to make something right here with you, or it could be that there could be completely new love coming towards your way all of a sudden while this person is reaching out to you. And there's going to be a love offer coming towards your way. Okay, I feel like 2026 is going to be a very, very significant year for Cancers, Leos, Geminis, Scorpios, Capricorns. So the Hermit, you're going to take your time, okay? You're going to take your moment. You're going to have your moment to really decide on what do you want to do when it comes to this person? What is the right course of action? Okay? Do you really want to go full force into this or not? I want to make sure my phone is on silent. I'm so sorry, dear Cancer. You know, it just came to my mind. So, okay. So the Hermit here for you in the present moment is clarified by the Two of Swords, the Moon, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so a lot of you, your subconscious mind is very powerful. There is something here about your dreams. You're a powerful dreamer. You get a lot of answers in your dream state. I think that you're going to get your answer also through a dream. You know, before you move forward to make a decision here, you have the Two of Swords here twice. So before you move forward and offer yourself to this person and want to work things out with them, there is almost this hesitation and this energy of you not wanting to rush into things. You are still recovering. You are still healing. You still feel like that whatever happened between you and this person, kind of like there hasn't been enough closure. What you really want from this person is you want to see them changed. It's not about them you wanting to hear, I'm so sorry. It's more about them acknowledging for what they have done to you and into the relationship. If anything, that if there is going to be any kind of commitment, you have Taurus energy here, then it has to be based on honesty. Okay, and being completely open. Now, in the near future, you have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups here is talking about a partnership. You know this person moves very slowly and they take very calculated steps. So the Two of Cups for you in the near future is clarified by the Fool, the Queen of Cups, and the Two of Wands. For many of you, there is also a long distance situation, not going to resonate with everyone. This situation here is telling me that with the Two of Wands, there is going to be travel. You and this person could travel and meet halfway. You could live in a different country, state, city. They could be living in a different country, state, and city, and you could meet halfway to have an important conversation. In order for you to really decide if this is something that you would really want to go full force or not, you have the Fool, which is about wanting to see if this is something you want to give another chance to. Therefore, your decision here has to be made. So let's clarify the Two of Swords for you in the near future. Okay, so let's get some focus here. The Two of Swords. I think this deck is called the Panorama. Not Panorama. Like the full length. Like it's a very expensive deck. So the Two of Swords is clarified by the Hanged Man, the Sun, Leo energy, and the King of Pentacles. So for a lot of you, I think slowly but surely you may want to open up yourself to the possibility of working something out with this person. I'm getting here Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Pisces, Leo energy. For many of you, you might even want to have children with this person in the near future, but it's going to be a long process. I feel like for a lot of you, you have created a lot of happy moments with this person. You have made a lot of happy moments with this person in the past. So in the near future, you're going to have to make a decision when it comes to this person. If you're willing to go slow with this person, because I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, this is a slow moving energy. This person does take their time and they have a decision to make on their own as well when it comes to being available for you completely, not 50-50, but 100%. 717 is on the clock, so this might be a very significant number for many of you. So the Knight of Pentacles here for you in the near future is clarified by the Ten of Swords, the Devil, and the Nine of Swords. This person in the near future needs to recognize that if they don't actually get rid of this toxicity, remember we talked about the Devil in the past, right? If they don't get rid of this toxicity, if they don't get rid of this, third-party situation or this unhealthy behavioral habits, it's going to hurt them a lot in the first place. They are going to be the one that is going to reap the consequences for what they have been doing, and they have chosen not to heal, and they need to choose healing. They need to choose to get rid of some sort of a toxic habit, addiction, or whatever that might be for them to heal and come towards you. That's why there is a decision here that needs to be made with the Judgment energy, Scorpio, Six of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. There is also a lot of financial issues here involved, financial discussions about money, sharing assets, and things like that. Yeah, there is the Ten of Pentacles, which is about family, and the Eight of Cups. Okay, so, a lot of you have the possibility and the opportunity to completely disconnect and walk away from this situation. You're going to give this person an ultimatum, if you haven't already, for them to change so that they can be coming towards you with quality and with clear intention and focus. Okay, because that is something that you really want moving into 2026. But I do strongly get a strong sense of here a third-party situation, ex situation, whatever that might be. Now let's get the advice for you, dear Cancer, and see what is it that you need to know. Honey buns. So you have the Ten of Swords, the Chariot, which is you, and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, it's very clear here. So you have the opportunity here. You are the Chariot, by the way. Here you are going to see yourself in full motion, in full picture, okay? So the Chariot is one of my most favorite cards. This is a card of a Cancer. You get to see the entire picture. There is chickens up there. They're on the grass. It looks like you just crossed the river. It looks like you are deciding to leave the past behind you. They'll put the past to 2025 and put these past hurts behind you, which is an amazing thing to do. And you're charging forward towards abundance, towards success, towards what you really want to build. You're building an empire in 2026 for you. Now, when it comes to this person, you already have been through this kind of a situation before, and I think it really did take you a lot to overcome through that situation and to move on. Now you want to make sure that you are not repeating the same mistake and you're choosing yourself. That is why your challenge here is the Empress, the Divine Feminine. You could be also a Divine Masculine as well, watching, choosing your sanity, choosing what's best for you. The advice for you here is what makes you feel better? And that's a genuine question. What makes you feel better? You know, how would you feel when you put your needs first rather than just trying to be a people pleaser and try to be back and forth and be tossed around? So this is why your challenge here has a lot to do with recognizing that you don't want this kind of dynamic here where there is toxicity, unhealthy habits, and someone is being inconsistent. Give them the ultimatum and let them know where you stand. You tell them. Now, dear Cancer, that was your advice. I'm going to pull one card from your animal spirit, and we're going to see what is your animal spirit for the month of January, and I'll talk about the pendulum as well. So you have the unicorn popping up. Unicorn. Okay, so unicorn seems to be your animal spirit, and unicorn, you know, I call Aquarius the unicorn of the zodiac. So let's see what is it that you need to know, sweetie pie. Reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It's a very unique type of a energy here, right? It's difficult to see here or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist, perhaps long, long ago? The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it a male or a female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inacceptable. This word, I struggled with this word in a Capricorn reading. I'm having a flashback. Hold on, let me take a deep breath. This is a difficult word. And contemplating the inexplicable. Hold on. Inexplicable. Oh, that's it. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You, my beautiful Cancer, are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for the answers. So you could be on a spiritual quest, on a spiritual journey, a lot more deeper in the month of January. So that is something that's going to be very significant. Your main focus here, beautiful card here as your animal spirit. I think this is going to resonate with a lot of you. And moving forward and close this reading, I'm going to talk a couple minutes about pendulum. It's interesting how I've talked about this in every single sign. I could have made just one video, but I want to share and tailor this to each sign individually. So, dear Cancer, pendulum, I learned about this from the book called Reality Transurfing by Vadim Zeland. And this is about the reality that we live in today. Political groups, churches, religious institutions, music groups, musicians, singers, TV news, any kind of an organization that exists, they are pendulums. Group of people who support that institution or that organization, basically giving their energy and their emotions to that organization, to that entity, basically are being swayed by that pendulum. People talking about the same thing, feeling the same emotions, thinking the same thoughts. There is thought forms around us, right? So this is a pendulum that people get swayed by. Let's say there is an event that happens and it makes people very much anxious and angry and devastated and sad. That is a pendulum, because the more people worry about it, they really feel those emotions, they get swayed by that, right? So moving into 2026 in January, what kind of a pendulum do you want to be connected to, and what kind of pendulums do you want to disconnect from? We just talked about this relationship situation, so you have the power here to disconnect from a situation that's not serving you anymore and focus onto the pendulum of love, of abundance, right? So what thoughts you're entertaining is gonna start gaining momentum, and it's gonna bring you into your reality the things that you have thought about. So for you to start, if you want to basically deviate from a pendulum that you don't like, you need to focus onto something else. Create a reality for yourself where you're doing completely something different, okay? Get a manifestation journal, focus on writing the things and scripting your life. I have written a lot of things that manifested for myself, so this is something that's gonna be very helpful for you to do. Okay, so writing the things that you want to manifest, feel the emotions, and start scripting your life. You're not a victim to the circumstances of what's happening outside, because life is not happening to you, life is happening through you, okay? You are the master manifester here, and no weapon formed against you shall ever prosper. So dear Cancer, this is what I had for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I'm your most favorite and funny Armenian guy, always here to serve and to slay. I love you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.